we have some basic tools that we can offer to farm families who are looking to transfer or transition the farm to the next generation. We are limited in those options, but for many farm families, it has been a great option, a great business decision, and a long-term option for the viability of agriculture in this region. Back in the late 70s, early 80s, the Internal Revenue Service created some conservation incentives in the Internal Revenue Code that allows for landowners with large holdings to do farm conservation and other kinds of land conservation and receive really significant tax incentives for that. We have used those tools for many years, but in the last 10 years we have focused our efforts on accessing funds through the USDA that also purchase development rights from farm families. And typically what happens is these farm families want the farm to stay in agriculture. They may have one or more or multiple heirs who would like to either farm or not farm, and having sold development rights through this partnership with the Leelanau Conservancy, it enables them to retire debt, pass the farm on to the child or children who wish to farm it, and also leave something for the kids who don't want to farm. That's typically how it's worked. The nice thing about this federal program is that it brings significant amounts of money to the table. Most farm families are not in a position to donate their development rights. It is their primary asset, and we recognize that. But in order to keep agriculture very strong in the area, and help these families transition this farm, we're bringing money to the table as well as the tax incentives that Congress enacted many years ago. In terms of other programs that we offer, both the Grand Traverse Regional Land Conservancy and Leelanau Conservancy have something short of permanent protection, a program called FarmAbility. And FarmAbility is a 10-year agreement with the Conservancy to continue to conserve land. This is an opportunity for farm families to receive annual payments for their land as long as it stays in farming, stays in agriculture. And the funding they can use for whatever purpose they wish. And the agreement expires in 10 years. It can be renewed. The important thing that we've understood as we've done this and offer this program is that for farm families that aren't sure exactly what they want to do, aren't sure if conservation is a viable option for them, want to get a better feel of how the Leelanau Conservancy or Grand Traverse Regional Conservancy works and what kind of partners we are, this has been a great program. You typically don't have large landowners accessing these programs unless in their heart they really want to see the farm continue as a farm. But for those who do, and many do, more and more all the time that we're hearing about, it's a terrific business decision as well, because in essence they're capturing a significant amount of capital from their land, and yet continuing to own the land and continuing to be able to farm it. Access to land is the hugest issue for young and beginning farmers. How do they get their hands in a region that is historically tremendous for growing food, especially fruit, because of the high value of the acreage in farming, because of its desirability for residences, for residential development, second home development. That land value has been decoupled from just its ag value. So young and beginning farmers can't possibly compete with someone with the means to pay top dollar for a beautiful piece of farmland and have that be their estate or a small scale or even a large scale development. And so this is an opportunity for existing farmers to capture that development value without selling the farm, and then being able to either give the farm to their heirs or sell the farm at something very close to agricultural value that a young and beginning farmer can actually afford. There's a huge difference in this region between buying a farm for $2,500 an acre or $3,000 an acre and $10,000 an acre. You cannot cash flow a crop for $8,000, $10,000 an acre. It's just not possible in at least the kinds of agriculture that we know of in this area. So working with land trusts, partnering for these programs, solve those problems all sort of in one ball of wax. They help the aging farm family, the members of the family retire. They get the young beginning farmer access to the land, and they also conserve the land for the long-term viability of the industry of agriculture in the region.